Childhood of Guru Nanak Dev. The founder of the Sikh religion, Guru Nanak was born on April 15, 1469 in the western Punjab village of Talwandi. He was born to a simple Hindu family. His father, Mehta Kalu, was a patwari, an accountant of land revenue in the government. Guru's mother was Mata Tripta and he had one older sister, Bibi Nanaki. Legend says that at the time of his birth, which had taken place at about 1 o'clock at night, when the full moon was shining in all its glory, there were visible supernatural signs. On the day of Guru's birth, Bibi Nanaki was at home with her father. When the child was born, the nurse named Daulatan came running to tell the news. She looked sad and frightened. "What is the matter, Daulatan? Why are you so sad?" asked the Mehta Kalu. "Oh sir, I'm not sad. I'm pleased to tell you that you have got a very handsome son in your family," said Daulatan. "But you do look sad, Daulatan. What's wrong with the child?" asked Mehta Kalu once again. "Nothing is wrong with the child, sir, but I have seen something very strange I have never saw before," said Daulatan. "What's that?" Mehta Kalu in surprise. He looked upset too. "Children cry when they are born, sir," said Daulatan. But this child did not cry. He simply smiled. "There must be something wrong with the child then," said the father. "What should I do?" "How should I know, sir? I have never seen this happen before. But the most wonderful thing is the light," said Daulatan, looking all the more surprised. "Light? What light?" asked Mehta Kalu. Daulatan said, "I don't know whether it is good or bad, sir, but I saw a dazzling light when the child was born. The light shone round his head like a star." Mehta Kalu was worried, so he ran to fetch Pandit Hardayal. Hardayal was a Brahmin. At once he came with Mehta Kalu to see the strange child. He asked Daulatan many questions and also saw the child. He thought for a time and then said, "Mehta Kalu, you are very lucky to have this child. When he grows up, he will become a great man. He may be a king or a guru." On hearing these words, Bibi Nanaki was very pleased and she said, "I am sure, father, he won't be a king." "Keep quiet, Nanaki," said the father. "Don't you want to see your brother as a king?" "I would love to," said Nanaki. "But father, believe it or not, my dear little brother will never be a king. He will be a guru. He will love everybody and give great ideas to the world. He will be a friend to all. People will remember him for a long, long time. They will call him the Guru." Mehta Kalu, Pandit Hardayal and Daulatan were all amazed at Nanaki's words. And so it happened. Bibi Nanaki's words came true. The infant was named Nanak after his elder sister, Bibi Nanaki. How glad must she have been. Brothers named after them are specially dear to Punjabi sisters. Nanak was Bibi Nanaki's own special brother. Thus, apparently quite by accident, but probably by a divine preordination, a lasting bond was established between the brother and the sister. He shared her name. We shall see what he came to own her very soul. She alone of all his family discerned at a very early time the eternal light that shone in her divine brother. Baby Nanak never cried as other children do. His mother used to give him milk on time, but even if he was hungry at milk time, he would not cry. He would calmly remain lying down. Sometimes he looked up. Sometimes when he slept, his face looked very bright and his tender lips seemed to smile. If his mother went away, he would remain calm in his cradle. Sometimes when Sister Nanaki would hold and talk to him lovingly, he would look at her and his face would shine with delight. The child grew up to be a very wise man. He still remembers him. We still enjoy his great thoughts. This great man taught us to love everyone, black or white, rich or poor, man or woman. Nanak said, God is one and we all are his children. So we are brothers and sisters in one family. He loves us only if we love one another. If we do not love one another, he will not be pleased with us. And Ken, the infant, would ever smile, such a beaming smile that all who saw him felt an unknown joy stealing into their hearts and elating their souls. He never cried, but ever smiled and played. When he was able to walk, the same jubilance marked him wherever he went. Soon, another trait of his personality became visible. Whenever a beggar, a needy man, or a fakir called at the door, he would run in, take hold of whatever article of food or clothing he would get at, and with the beaming, compassionate face, deliver it into the hands of the needy. Little did his father relish such unbounded charity, but what could he do? In this way, this child who had come from the Lord became 3 years old. Now he started talking. He started playing also, but his playing was somewhat different. Sister would talk or tell some small stories, then he would listen, and while listening, he would say, "Yes, he's there. Yes, he's there." Sometimes he would say, "See, who is there? It is he. It is he." Then he would raise his hands and say, "It is he. It is he." In this way, while playing, in the playing gesture, he would say something that people in the house did not understand. Sometimes in the veranda or his mom's room, he would sit down with legs crossed and close his eyes. Then open his eyes after some time and laughingly say, "Yes, O Lord." At the early age of 5, he began to talk divine things. When he was among his playmates, he would at times seat them all around himself and bid them repeat after him the name of the formless Lord. At other times, he would run and jump, frisk and gambol. Those who beheld him thus occupied were struck by the radiance and glory from his calm and rosy face. Nanak was not an ordinary child. Children of his age liked him very much, and everyone wanted to play with him. Nanak's games were different from other children. He was a child of smiles, and his eyes were silent and wise. Whoever saw the child or touched him accidentally praised God. A thrill of unknown delight came to anyone who lifted the child, played with him. Everyone saw that he was a child of God. He was beautiful, mysteriously fair in color, and form with a radiance that was new to earth. At a young age, he used to talk about the supreme soul, the path of religion and good deeds. Guru Nanak loved to play with children of his age. He would share all his things with them. He was also gifted with a sweet and melodious voice. He sang in praise of God, and his friends would repeat after him. The villagers were always pleased to hear Guru Nanak's melodies. Nanak cast a spell, none escape. One day, the head of the village, Rai Bullar, heard Guru Nanak singing. He was so impressed, he mentioned to his friends that Nanak is not an ordinary child. He has come into this world to stir people onto the right path. When Rai Bullar and his friends passed Nanak, Guruji stood up and paid his respect and attention to Rai Bullar. The Guru spoke with such dignity and wisdom that Rai Bullar and his friends were surprised to hear the words from child of such young age.